All right, so we're gonna be watching Ziriont, who's playing D.Va, and Reinhardt. This is on Midtown, and it is Platinum 4 on PC. A tough game with D.Va and Reinhardt in defense. I felt like I was under pressure for most of it, and despite trying to apply pressure and get picks from high ground, I feel like maybe I should play more of my team, but when I play D.Va, I'm not really sure where or when I should position myself. With Reinhardt, I felt more comfortable, I was less overwhelmed, and we played better overall. However, we didn't manage to push past the second point. Aside from a bad use of my shatter, I don't think I made any major mistakes, so I'm hoping you can help me figure out what I could have done better. Okay, so, seeing the game. A few notes here. Number one, I think your D.Va play looks really good, like way better than your rank. I was a little surprised, actually, to see like Platinum 4, because, or at least, it's not better than your rank, because I don't know what region this is in, but I think you look better than everybody else in this server. So in this game, which tells me that you should climb if you are, my instinct here is that you should climb if you are like basically maining D.Va all the time. I would expect that you would climb because you're just better than everybody else here from a mechanical perspective and from a game sense perspective. I think both of those things are just better than the opposing team, and I think we can highlight a bunch of examples where the opposing team are just like really bad, and the team and your teammates too. Like the average level in this lobby does not look good at all. Like pretty weak. And there are tons of opportunities that you do exploit as D.Va, but could have exploited even more to get even more kills. So I think your D.Va looks good. We'll go over some kind of like micro level stuff through the course of the game. But like for the most part, like some of the times where like your teammates get picked in like weird scenarios, I'm like, well, yeah, there's not really anything you could have done there, and it happens, right? Like people will make mistakes, and it happens, and you just go to the next fight, right? Like just and the enemy team will make mistakes too, and like you'll be able to kill them, and they're like, okay, well we can't win the fight, and you go to the next fight. So obviously, trying to protect your team, minimize their mistakes while exploiting enemy team mistakes is a huge part of it. And I think overall, I think you do a pretty good job of that, of course, D.Va. I think what really lets you down at the end of the defense is you lose mech twice in like completely ridiculous ways. Like there's no reason that should have happened, and you're pressing a situation that you absolutely did not need to take any risks in. So I think that's really what let you down. And what I think if you did not lose mechs those two times, you would have full health. Which is still like a good defense, right? Solid defense. Like if they don't cap all the way, it's a good defense. If you get capped all the way, it's usually bad. But like holding it is a solid defense. So I don't know why you thought that defense was like bad because you actually end up holding them, or you almost end up holding them. Conversely, on offense, you can't even cap the second point. So like objectively, I feel like you did much worse on offense than you did on defense. As a Reinhardt, I think your mechanics are fine. I think your game sense is poor. And if I had to guess, I would say that you are probably a D.Va main, and Reinhardt is like a secondary hero for you. I think you generally know what you're doing with him, but like there's lots of little things that come up all the time, and some big things where I'm like, whoa, I don't know what is going on here. For example, you don't confirm multiple kills on the enemy Reinhardt when he is literally one hit from death while you're swinging at him, and like sometimes purple, and I'm just very confused why you don't do that. And you're not like in danger of dying either. It's not like you're like, oh god, instinctively try to shield yourself because you're about to die. Like no, you were good. You could just kill him here. That happens like at least twice from my recollection. You don't use shatter at all, basically, through the entire time you play Reinhardt. I don't think I remember a single meaningful shatter. You hold shatter for a really long time, and then you get it shield blocked. I think your chargers could definitely be better. I think that you also take fights when you have like no health for some reason. So you're not like paying attention to your health bar. So it's like stuff like that is like accruing. But like generally speaking, I think your D.Va is way stronger than your Reinhardt. I think your Reinhardt is at least 3 to 5 ranks worse than your D.Va play. Like if you had like one trick Reinhardt, I think that's sort of where I would see it at. 5 feels stretched, probably like 3-ish ranks below your D.Va level of play. All right, so let's watch the game. So you're playing up here. So what are we thinking right now? Well, number one, I can't do any damage right now as D.Va. Like there's too much damage fall off and it's too much spread. Like I cannot do any damage. Like if you shoot the Ash right now with an aimbot, you're gonna be doing 10 damage a second maybe. Like it's so low. So the only thing you can do right now is chip the Reinhardt shield, but the Reinhardt shield's like basically full health right now, and you can get shot by 2 other poke heroes. I think in general, you wouldn't want to do this. You would probably just want to chill, like sort of around the corner, and just keep an eye on like, hey, look, what's their team gonna do, and get ready to eat fire strikes, A, and B, engage either like backline if the Reinhardt is distracted, or B, engage the Rein if the Rein is out of position. So basically, you're looking for someone who's going to be out of position because you cannot out-brawl the Rein. That's just not the way that the matchup works. So just chill, keep your health high, right? And eat fire strikes. So that fire strike you should eat. Luckily, it doesn't actually hit anybody. Yeah, but like it could have, and it's your job to eat those fire strikes. But other than that, like no one is expecting you to stop the Reinhardt here. Like it is literally impossible. I don't care if you replace like you're the #1 D.Va player in the world. If the Reinhardt just holds shield and walk forward, you cannot stop him. But that's okay. That's not your job, right? Your job is to just work him down, eat meaningful cooldowns, and then look for the opportunity where their team needs to get pulled apart or they run out of resources, right? So don't be hitting fire strikes, right? Quote, eat. Don't be getting hit by fire strikes. You should be eating them with Matrix. I do not turn the corner. As a general rule, so this is like a very common Overwatch rule, but like FPS games in general, is if you imagine a 90-degree corner where you have blue team over here, right, and red team over here. The reason why you hold the corner here is so that your team can shoot their enemy tank and their team cannot shoot you. So you should be standing here. Their tank stands here, and then you see that all of you guys get to shoot that tank. But meanwhile, their team can't actually help. Their supports can heal their tank, but nobody on their team can shoot you. So that is a good example of how to play corners. Okay, it's like a very fundamental aspect to tanking. But what you did here is that you actually crossed unnecessarily. You crossed here so that their whole team could shoot you and your team can't help. And let's look specifically what I mean by that. So right here, this is that 90-degree corner, right? Right here, this area is the 90-degree corner. So you are playing here, right? And their Reinhardt is playing here. What happens here is that you actually end up going around the corner to engage the Reinhardt, which means that you could take a ton of damage in that situation, right? You see how you're walking over here and they can all shoot you, but your team does not necessarily have good LOS here, right? I'm just noting, like, I would be very careful about stuff like this because this is how you get demeched really easily. Even with DM, like, I'm not saying it's always wrong. I'm just noting as a general rule, don't do this, right? For example, the Reinhardt's about to die, yeah, go and kill him. But, like, be very careful about doing it because you can get chipped down really badly. Because now, notice that you're missing 250 health, and they have a full health Reinhardt. So you might have thought, oh, I did something, but did you really? Their Reinhardt's now engaging in, you're at half health, right? And their team is reasonably healthy and now pushing in. Was it worth losing your health for that? Probably not. So now Reinhardt goes in. So when Reinhardt charges, you have two basic options. Option number one, you kill their backline, because Reinhardt can't help them now. Great. Especially tracking Reinhardt charge is important as D.Va to make sure that you can't get charged and demeched, because charge does a ton of damage. So understanding, hey, not only is the Reinhardt not with his team, but the Reinhardt charges on cooldown gives me a lot of options here in terms of engaging their backline freely. Even if I can't get a kill, just forcing 4 people to shoot at me and then eating with Matrix is good, because then my team 4v1s their tank. Right? That's a really good situation for you. Option 2 is if the Reinhardt goes in too deep, like around a corner, then you go after the Reinhardt. So let's say the Reinhardt charged not towards the Cassidy per se, but like around the corner over here to point, I would immediately just give up and fly back towards the point and kill the Reinhardt. Because now he has no support healing, and we can just burn him down really quickly. D.Va does a lot of damage, right? She does like 225 plus, right, with missiles. So she does a lot of damage, right? The primary issue now with the armor changes is that it takes a while to burn through the armor. But without armor, you'll like instantly shred a Reinhardt. But he cancels it. That's fine. Eat that fire strike. You should definitely not be walking into it. Now, there is a death that's going to happen here, which is, I would say, not your fault, but is preventable. So the Bastion is your Bastion is like really far out of position here, right? Because he's like trying really hard to press this. He runs out of assault form. He's like, oh shoot, and then he goes into this room. So after this charge finishes, there's actually a moment where he puts shield up, where you could have flown over here and then walked backwards with the Bastion, matrixing him the whole way to prevent him from dying. I'm just noting that. Is that like a play that is realistic? I think so. I think like there's enough time here for you to save the Bastion. So, but is it the Bastion's fault for being out of position? Yes, but also you have the tools to help him, so 50-50, right? Once the Bastion goes down, like you're not gonna win this. Like now it's a 5v4, you're down to half health. Like now you're trying to engage in Lucio. This is a terrible engage, by the way. The odds of you. So, what's really important about D.Va is to understand, all heroes, but like all D.Va heroes, is can I realistically get a kill here? And if I can't get the kill, am I okay? Like if you go here, you get the kill, all right, that's great. You trade it out, right? You try to stay alive, right? You get healed up, okay, cool. But if you can't get the kill, that often puts you in a really bad spot here, which is exactly what happens. Because now you don't have flight, and you're down to a third health, right? If we assume like armor is a major part of your health, right? A third effective health, and now you're gonna get burned down and something you can do. This is not the right call. You had almost no chance, like no realistic chance, of killing the Lucio in the situation. I think this is a really hard angle with him seeing you already, right? And it being Lucio, a small target. Like, yeah, he's purple, but like with 4 other people here shooting you in the back, you don't have a lot of health. You have no help from your team. The odds of you getting this kill is low. And it's certainly not worth trading your tank for the Lucio if you do get the kill. Because even if you kill the Lucio, you're going to die anyway. You're going to get demacked. And without you, there's no chance of taking this fight. The better option here, once the Bastion went down, is to play backside of point. Right? Bastion's dead? Okay, fine. Now we've reset. We play all the way on point. Everybody falls back, and now we play for time. Right? Stalling for time, even if you're ultimately going to lose the fight, is still good. Because you're trying to bleed time off the clock. And then you're all fighting here. The Bastion respawns. He comes over here. He pops Assault Form. Nobody's paying attention to them. He kills the backliner, and then maybe you flip it. Not likely. Maybe 25% chance. But it's better than this. Because this gives you a 1% chance of winning the fight from here. The second you did this, it's like all over. Alright, so this is gonna start the what is the enemy team doing? The soldier is horribly out of position here. Right? This is like actually crazy. You do a good job following her and killing her. And like, yeah, this is good. This is what you do when the enemy team does make mistakes. This is like a crazy mistake to make. Like, this is nuts for the soldier to be this far out, totally unnecessarily. It's such an easy kill for you. So, which is great that you get it. I'm just noting that, like, the soldier is not good and will repeatedly be out of position over and over again. So, right idea, right? Take the 90-degree corner and just work the Rein down. Just, like, all you can do right now is shoot the Rein. You shooting the backline is going to do nothing here because you, again, damage fall off and spread. Just shoot the Rein constantly. Burn the shield down, burn health, right? And then eat cooldowns when they're focused on your team. So, when I feel like, hey, look, my team is getting shot, then I'm going to look, hey, and be like, hey, do I need to... You never, like, look back and check on people's health, which is one thing that you should do more. So, in this situation, you should not actually be flying up the high ground. Like, I like the idea in general, but because your team is really injured and your Bastion's way out of position, I would turn and be like, oh, wait, what? And then I would immediately DM the Bastion and make sure the Bastion doesn't die here. Because, guess what? The Bastion is going to die here. Right? You pop the Self Form, he's going to get focused out, and he's going to die. Now, why does the Bastion die here? The Bastion, what he's thinking is, I'm gonna turn this corner, I'm gonna pop a Self Form, I'm gonna kill somebody. The reason this doesn't work is that he's actually missing a support. He's missing the Ana here. And why is he missing the Ana? Well, the Ana was in fact with your whole team, right? Playing out here. She does not feel comfortable crossing this gap, which I don't know if it's entirely reasonable, right? And then she's gonna take the long rotation back here. And while she's rotating, that's like 94 health a second that your Bastion's not receiving. And if she was here, your Bastion would not have died. So, is that your fault? No, it's not your fault. But I'm just noting that you could have realized, oh wait, like actually my Bastion's gonna take a ton of damage here. And then a good general tip is when you hear your Bastion go into Assault Form, start matrixing him right away. Because he's gonna get focused, or he's gonna kill somebody, or they're gonna take cover. So pretty much the only thing that matters there is just matrixing your Bastion and keeping him alive. Same thing for like when Genji pops Blade, right? When Genji pops Blade, your number one priority is just to matrix him and make sure he doesn't die. Unless he's Nano. If he's Nano, he's probably not going to die unless it's like Sleep Dart. So I think you should have done something about this, right? It's like, it goes another where it's like, oh, your team's like kind of making mistakes here, but you could have covered up for that. And realistically, nothing you did when you went to high ground was all that valuable. Like in general, this would be a great thing to do if nothing else was going on. But the thing is, something else is going on, which means that this is actually not great value, and you've lost a ton of health for this. Right? When you go up here, you're at 573. Right? Now you get burned down. Now you're down to 384, so you just lost 200 health for what? Nothing. And now your Bastion dies. And now the fight's over. Like that, I don't know why you're trying to fly back up here. Like this is actually crazy. They're all gonna shred you. If the Ashe is just shooting you, you just die. Like this is not a situation. Again, how long do you think it'll take you to kill the Ana here with your guns? Like, no missiles. I don't know, 5 seconds maybe? Like, I think you dramatically overestimate just how much damage you can do to targets from range, right? Look at how little damage you're going to be doing to the Ana right now. Like, we'll even go to the Ana. You're doing 3 damage per tick. 2 to 3 damage per tick. Like, you actually do, like, basically 0 damage at this range. See? Like, you think, oh, I get this kill. You can't get this kill. Like, it's very obvious, like, you are not going to get the kill. So you can burn on the Ashe. Obviously, Ashe does not pay attention there, which is great. But for the record, you're down 2 DPS right now. So what should you do? Back up. Like, there's no reason to be fighting out here. Like, the Reinhardt is, like, walking all over your team. You need to leave. Like, you can't win this fight against these heroes. You also can't stall this card against these heroes. Right, so now you go for the Ana. You eat the grenade, which is great. But again, like, this is not actually doing anything. Reinhardt dies in your backline. A small note here is this is not a good fight for you. Like, this Lucio, like, you're chasing the Lucio as though you think you can kill him. He's gonna kill you. A better Lucio would just demech you there. He could probably melee you out of mech faster than you can kill him. Alright, so, their Reinhardt is dead. You have supports. So you charge in. Okay, that's fine. I don't hate this. But Ashe is gone. So why not go for the Ana? Why not go for the Ana to begin with? Like, the Ana is the only one who cannot escape this, right? The Ashe can get out, the Lucian can get out, the Soldier can get out. Just go for the Ana. Ana literally cannot escape this. Like, you're forcing this fight all the way back here, and now you lose mech for it? But for the record, I think you're losing mech. You're losing your ultimate in a 5v4 situation, because there's no Reinhardt here. See? Reinhardt's all the way over there. Why am I forcing ultimate to try to win, and you don't even decisively win this, win a fight where my team is up 1? This is an extreme overcommitment that gets you no value whatsoever. Right? Now your Bastion Pot's assault form, he's going to be out of position here. Because he thought he was following up on you. Again, if he was a better Bastion player, he would have realized that you have made a terrible mistake and there's no reason for him to be following up. But, like, you triggered this series of events because he's trying to follow up on you. And then from there, he's going to get killed. And then you're basically not going to do anything. Right? Like, this is not the play here. Like, pursuing here, fine. But pursue the target who cannot escape first. Right? If it was like Moira, you know, it was like Moira, Lucio, Ashe, sure, fine, whatever, right? But, like, force something. But going past the Ana here for the Ashe is crazy. Right? And, of course, remember, the Ana can just keep Ashe healed up the whole time, like, as you're trying to kill her. Right? Then you lose mech, and now you're forced to ulti, just get your mech back. Then, at this point, you re-mech, and at this point, you should be like, look, we just got reset. Like, your Bastion's gonna die here. You cannot save the Bastion right now. There's no way you can save him. Just go fly way back, reset, play backside of point. Diving in. I know it feels weird at times for tanks that the right play is to not fight. I think that's a really hard instinct for a lot of, like, especially lower ranked players to understand that it is often the right play to simply not fight. Because don't take bad fights, right? If you have the option, delay and take a better fight. Don't try to force fights unnecessarily. Alright, so, this Sojourn is nuts, right? Once again, she has now used Leap, right? What's it? Slide? Whatever it's called. She's now used her Leap to get in, which means she has no way to get out, which means you can just straight up commit here and just kill her. Just fly straight into her, pop missiles, she's against the wall, she dies instantly here. Like, 1 second. So you go in, you commit, right? Great. So, you bump in, B gets popped. Lucio plays well there, right? So, B gets popped, what do we do? Well, normally it'd be like, okay, ignore him, find somebody else. But the thing is, there's multiple ultis going off right now, which means this is going to shred their over health right away. So this is a rare scenario where I would actually stay and keep shooting these heroes and walk into them, right? Because, again, note, it gets completely blows through their health. So you shoot at them, right? You didn't know the Sojourn could die, but obviously Sojourn dies. Then now you can go after Lucio, except now Bob gets popped. So tough situation. Bob gets popped. What do we do here? Very, very hard to say. I would say, number one, I confirm, is the Bob going to kill anybody? If so, I should probably be DMing the Bob. So I would say I'm probably walking this way, DMing the Bob, and trying to look around a little bit to figure out what is going on with the rest of the fight. Reinhardt over there, not my problem. Can't deal with him. Okay? So I DM the Bob, right? Because my Cassidy walks up. I DM this, and I get between him and the Bob, and then I turn and maybe try to help my Cassidy get kills. Okay? If Bob's shooting you, it's not that big a deal, because you have a ton of health. But you can't let the Cassidy die to the Bob here. But the what was the Bob shooting? I shooting the Juno. Yeah, that's rough. Juno just messes up there. You actually could have saved her from the Fire Strike as well, but like I would not, I'd never expect you to be able to see the Fire Strike. But the Bob for sure. Now the Bob is shooting your Cassidy. The number one thing here is to prevent your Cassidy dying from the Bob. Like Cassidy can just kill all of these heroes extremely quickly. He can kill them in 4 shots ish. So like I think that your number one priority here has to be DMing the Cassidy, and then after DM ends, make sure you're standing between him and the Bob, so the Bob isn't shooting your Cassidy. But you try to commit here, which is like understandable, because that's your general instinct. But like actually, the bigger thing for you is to keep your Cassidy alive. But he's now taking a ton of damage. But if you are gonna commit here, commit, right? Don't do this half-hearted boost. Like you see you fly like halfway, but no, fly all the way. Because at this point, like, it should be all in. Like, you have to kill these 2 heroes and then come back and be able to do something. But, like, now you fly at this range. Again, at this range, you simply cannot do damage. But fight's too chaotic. You can't do a whole lot. Alright. So, first 2 points, I would say very, very poor play in general from your team. And I think that you are playing, at best, okay. So Rein's here. I think this is all fine. You see the Soldier, right? She's out of position. Great. Excellent. Yeah, go for it. Try to get a melee when she tries to run away. Get a little extra damage in. Alright. So Reinhardt charges. What do? Well, you got 3 options. Number 1, you can just eat it. You're probably not going to die here. Number 2 is that you could fly up over it and then shoot him and land on him. And number 3 is you could fly over here. I think in this situation, I'd probably just fly up, right? Let him go by me. He'll probably cancel it, and then I can come back down and I can just shoot the shield. But you decide to eat it. I don't know if this is intentional or not. I assume not. But you still have the Mega here, so good awareness to get the Mega. So Reinhardt's low, but we do not want to be here, right? I can't realistically kill him here. Like, he can just hold shield and go into the corner. I'm never going to be able to kill him. So I really want to go after the rest of the team. Because when Reinhardt charges, I'm looking for those moments where the team is now split, right? As Reinhardt pursues you, his team is going to get stretched out. So, Reinhardt is committed here, right? And then this area now becomes our target. So your goal is to get from here to here and go after the rest of his team while the Reinhardt cannot assist them because he doesn't have charge and he's not fast enough. That is the general idea of what we want to be doing right here. But you see that you use boost here and it gives you nothing, right? Actually, I guess you have it now. Yeah, you were finishing previous boost. So from here, I immediately boost over. I think you do. But you're a little slow, right? You take out Overclock Sojourn first. I would note, at this point, I probably would have just let my Juno kill the Sojourn. But I would turn because I saw the Ashe also lining up a shot. Like, stuff like this, like right here, where you see her, stuff like that, in my head, at like higher ranks, is someone is going to be dead in 2 seconds. And it's either going to be her or it's going to be my team. And if my team is already dealing with Overclock Sojourn, it's probably going to be a teammate that's going to die. So an equally valid target right now is actually to go straight for the Ashe. But because she's going to be pocketed by the Ana, like it's probably not going to die, but at least you could disrupt her angle. But either way, I mean, it's okay to go after the Sojourn. Sojourn's very extended here. But as soon as she slides out, I immediately drop right here. I kill boosters or bump into her right here, and I commit onto the fight right now. But, so we're on the backline here. Right, we go after the Ashe. This is good. I think it's good. Good awareness, right? Kill the Ashe. I'm gonna come back, and we're good. So, let's back up here. Why do we win this fight, right? Why do we win this fight when all those other fights we don't win? Well, number 1, nobody on our team gets picked first. That's the key part. What? Is that true? It's not even true. I think your Bastion dies here. Yeah, your Bastion just straight up dies here. Never mind. Okay. Well, why do we win this fight despite the fact that our Bastion dies? I would say, number 1, the Rein gets super low and out of position. And why does that happen is because he charges in, and he's around the corner, right? This is the 90-degree angle. So he's around the corner of his team, and his team is not able to help him anymore, right? So he's going to get burned down, right? He's getting shot by all sides, and he's super low. And now the Rein is functionally out of the fight right now, right? It's going to take him a long time to get healed up. You've got the Mega. Lucy takes forever to heal him. So from here, they pop now DPS ultis on the side. And then you fly over here, and you essentially turn this into a 4v2 on the right now, right? Alright, Zerion gets burned down, Reinhardt charges in, he has nothing to do. Now, it's still a 4v4, but you're able to isolate the Ashe, right? Ashe is not being killed by anybody. Kill the Ashe. Reinhardt's still not doing anything here because his front line is getting pushed in and his back line is getting pushed in, right? Reinhardt's trying to go for you. This is exactly like, this is like the best case scenario, right? These two are getting killed by your back line, and this one's getting killed by you, and the Reinhardt's just swinging away on you, and he just doesn't do enough damage there to change the outcome of the fight. So that's a goal, right? Pull their team apart in all sorts of different directions. That's what we're always looking for a D.Va, is like fundamentally this kind of fight where they just cannot deal with all of the possible angles. Right? You have two people over here, you have this guy going this way, right? And then your team gets to collapse over here, and then you get to collapse on the back line, and the Reinhardt just gets stuck here being like, what do I do? Because he can't keep up with all of it, right? Reinhardts want the fight to go north-south, right? They want it to be a straight line fight where they can just go forwards and punch you in, like punch your face in, right? Like just like run down, knock in your front door, make it really easy. When you make the fight more complicated, that's where brawl tanks generally struggle. And that's where dive tanks become much stronger. It's the reason too why brawl tanks are so much more popular in like when people are struggling, is because like it makes it easier, right? It makes it like legitimately makes it a lot easier to think through like, what do I need to do? You just go through the front. You have no other real option. I don't love this spot. You don't have any help from your team, and you can get trapped here really easily, and you're not close to cover. Right? Like realistically, you're not gonna kill anybody here, and you might get dematted. Great. Rein misses this, so there's no reason to be walking here. This exposes your side to get hit. Just stay here. Little differences like this could be the difference between like hundreds of health. Right? So Shatter goes off. Nothing you can do about that. You were playing on the side corner. Not your job to stop Shatter, by the way. Like, you literally can't do anything about it. So, everybody should have known Shatter is coming. Is what it is. Right? And you're trying to fight the back line. You're gonna pop bomb. So, you're gonna get 2 kills here. So, I don't know how anybody dies to this. Yeah, literally, if she just coach guns sideways, she definitely does not die here. A. And B, the soldier literally runs into this and dies, which goes back to, like, the enemy team is not good. Like, very basic things that you're doing wrong. This is not hard to not die in this situation. You somehow managed to get 2 here. Frankly, I don't love how this played out. I think this is definitely a your rank only type of solution to the problem. Right? You're gonna get shattered here, and you're gonna try to hold the corner, but like at higher ranks, you're gonna probably lose mech here, kill nobody, and then lose mech again. I think I would probably just want to even just suicide here, and then not pop mech and then come back out. Card's pretty close though. It's tricky. I think that most likely at higher ranks, this is immediate like loss no matter what. But enemy team does lose too, obviously, so it ends up being winnable, and so we end up being here. So you hold up top. I like this, right? You're looking for somebody down here. Nobody here. Unfortunate. That's fine. Reset. Just reset. Don't take damage. You're waiting. This is great. Like, you know the Reinhardt's there, and you're like, hey, look, not my problem. That's right. You're doing the right thing here. Right? Simply not your problem. Don't worry about it. Look for this guy. Yep. Awesome. Ashe is low. Great. And you fly back up. Good. Great. I like all this. I wish you'd eaten that, but other than that, it's okay. So, Rein's pushing in now. So, you've already done sort of your job where you've, like, sort of stretched out the team. The problem is you need to get health now. So, you need to fly back and get healing. Now, I'm sure you were not expecting to get nanoed here. So, as soon as you get nano, I immediately turn around. Why? So, number one, you have a full health Reinhardt here, that even with nano, it's going to take you forever to kill. You have, number two, a Lucio here, which is incredibly fast, and he can get away from you, so you're not going to be able to kill him. Who can't get away? These two heroes. That's why when you get nano, I immediately fly around, stop here, and kill them all. Like, this, not the play. Like, it's very difficult. See how it's so hard for you to get a kill here? But now, look, if you've been shooting the Ana from the beginning, she would be dead by now. Alright, B gets forced. You lose mech. You can hold Matrix there to take less damage because you are very close to being able to get away, but like it wouldn't make a difference anyway. All right, so we're gonna come out here. Somehow you don't get charged in there. You're gonna put bomb down, which I think is reasonable. I think you could have thrown a slightly better bomb. It should be, you want it to actually pop a little higher above the cart to make sure there's no dead spot for someone to survive. I think in this scenario, if someone could get over here and crouch, maybe they can not die to this. But I mean, it's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. But I'm just FYI's technique-wise, you want to pop it higher in the air because if you pop it like over here, there's literally nothing they can do about it. So you kill 2 people with it. I'm pretty sure they both could have survived this. So it's funny, similar to how your team should not die to Shatter because they should know Shatter is up. Their team shouldn't die to D.Va Bomb. The Ana has no reason to be playing here. The Ana should be playing here. And then she's like perfectly safe and has no reason to fear of this bomb whatsoever. But could she have gotten away? I mean, she should be able to. Even reactively, I think she gets away here. Wasted sleep third. Yeah, definitely running forward, not the call there. I think she could have just ran this way and gotten away. Yeah, because the Ashe got away. So yeah, she could have gotten away here easily. How does the Lucio die here? What the heck? It doesn't even go to speed? Yeah, goes back to heal. This is a panic. I think the Lucio probably double tapped it and then realized a moment too late that he was still on healing. If he has literally a quarter second more of speed, he gets away and does not die here. So very lucky that this plays out. But like again, like both teams are gonna make mistakes at this level, right? Clearly, Reinhardt should absolutely not have been trying to fire strike there. But all right, so you're gonna kill both DPS. Your aim is good. Like your aim is really good. Definitely way better than your rank. Yeah, so I think this is the right call here. Yeah, keep burning the Rein. I even use missiles there. Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid to not use missiles there. Rein's clearly not gonna react to this. Yep, you sit back up top. So, I know you see your Cassidy's low. So one thing to think about is, look, if Cassidy's in danger, drop here, right, and try to Matrix. But he's going to die to the Rein anyway, so that's going to matter. But diving here is definitely not the right call. So you're currently at half health. This is a death sentence. Losing mech right now is brutal. Your pistol aim is much worse than your cannon aim. You're over-aiming. Just treat it like a beam. And just try to get them to walk into it. Alright, luckily, they weren't able to capitalize on it. So yeah, try to challenge high ground. So notice that you take a ton of chip damage here, right? You're at 700 health right now. Right? Now you're at 547. And by the time you finally go in, you're down to 440. Right? I think you're making it, like, really hard on yourself. Go up here, right? Check. Like, okay, they're still there, right? Matrix for there. Then fly over while holding Matrix and then engage with 700 health. Right. So, you're at 276 right, as you're getting shot right now. You're 289. So, I understand that the Ashe is a juicy target, but you're also about to die. So, you really cannot lose mech here. I think an easier play would have been just fly over here, right? Turn around and, like, if you can't make it all the way, just Matrix as you walk backwards. Go in here, get the Mega, then fly back to your team, get fully healed, and then fight. Because there's no chance you can kill this Ashe fast enough before you get D.Va. Now it's too late. Now you don't have Mac, and now you have like no chance of winning this fight. All right. So overall for D.Va, right? I think your aim is good. I think your general dives are good when they're the right times, but I think you need to understand, like, hey, what do I really need to be doing right now? Try not to press into, like, outnumbered situations, and looking at, like realistically, like, can I win this fight? Can I not win this fight? Like, when is time to back up? Especially on first and second point, you should have backed up, like, definitely backed up versus trying to force it, force a bad fight unnecessarily. All right, so now we come out as Reinhardt. I don't love that fire strike. I think that fire strike's okay. As a note here, this soldier is grossly out of position. I think there's a good reason that you could just try to charge here. Again, if you die right now, it's like almost no problem. It's like 15 seconds off the clock. It's not that big a deal. And the odds of you dying here are very low. But charging here and immediately forcing the slide allows your team to potentially shoot her out of the air. But your team is not following here anyway. But there's slide. So right here, she dies. Because where's she going to land? Right here. I charge right now. Okay, I pin her into the cab. I pin her into this pillar. I pin her into the Reinhardt. Right, Reinhardt counter charges. It'll still kill her. Like, she dies right now. This is a kill. There's literally nothing they could do right now. If you replace the soldier with the #1 player in the world, she still dies. The only thing that can maybe save her is Lucio Boop. But other than that, like, I don't think it's gonna be enough to stop you from killing the soldier right now. Because even if he boops you, if you don't get the pin, you can still just swing and kill her. So I think this is a huge mistake to not see that this soldier dies right now. You're even backing up here, which is even more confusing. I don't know why you're backing here. Like, on Reinhardt especially, like, I feel like you don't realize how tanky you are and the fights that you can force. Because I think that if you're a D.Va main, you're like, oh, I can't really fight that, which is correct, right? D.Va may not be able to fight this fight right now, but Reinhardt can. And knowing, like, look, which hero I'm playing, what can I get away with is big. Like, D.Va probably doesn't get this kill. But Reinhardt 100% get this kill. So you need to see that and feel that and go for the play. Soldier still out of position. I charge here behind her, get the kill. Right? Like, what are you like waiting for here? Missing that fire strike is bad. All right, so get healed up. That's fine. You're missing a lot of fire strikes now. So let's think about this. I am walking into a room where nobody on my team can heal me. You know this, right? Like, you know, like, hey, I'm choosing to do this. This is not they forced me in here. I chose to walk into this room. You're missing half of your health, right? All of your armor is missing. And you know the enemy Reinhardt has full health. So why are you making this play? Right? You're at 559. Okay? You could just abort. Like, I understand you're trying to rotate to the side, but now you can be like, hey, look, I'm 426. Just hold your shield and go back, right? Shield hop, don't shield hop, doesn't matter, right? You're good here. Just go back. But instead, you chose to go to the... And you can see the Reinhardt. You can see his health bar and see that it is full. And you can see your health bar and you can see it is not full. And guess what? If the half-health Reinhardt walks into the room, unsurprisingly, their full health Reinhardt walks in the room. And you've lost. You just immediately lost this fight. Like, right here, you chose to lose. Like, you actively chose, I don't want to win this fight anymore. Now, I'm sure that's not what's going in your head. I'm sure what you're thinking is, oh, there's like a mini health pack in there. I got to take another angle. You're not an off angler, for the record, as Reinhardt. It's complicated, but like, generally speaking, you're not an off angler. So you don't need to do this. You need to bust down the front. A. B, you're breaking line of sight with your supports. C, why are you walking in here in a scenario where you can get cut off with less than full health? And their Reinhardt is full health. And so, yeah, you countercharge, and guess what? Now you just get beaten up and you die. Like, there's no skill involved here for the Reinhardt. He literally just walks in and kills you because you're half health. He cannot lose. He cannot lose. Even if he didn't fire strike, he still can't lose here. This is impossible. Like, this is, like, cannot happen. And this is what I said earlier. It's like, look, about like, the rank difference between, like, Reinhardt and D.Va for you is, like, I don't think you make that mistake on D.Va. Right? Or you'd have options to get out of it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So this Hanzo is grossly out of position, right? Great, get up here, charge. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna stop this? Just charge right away. Even if you don't pin him, like you bump him, like you go to the right, you bump him to the left, great. Then you cancel and kill him. But you get the fire strike kill, fine. Right? Again, I think his team potentially could have saved him there. Reinhardt charges in, that's fine. Missing this charge is rough. I think you hear the charge. Right? And you could have waited here for a second to see, like, hey, what's going to happen here? Right? Even if he pins you in the back, like, your whole team is here, and you probably get, like, grenaded and then healed out for it. But not being able to land the pin here is rough. Okay. So, we're kind of swinging here. We can see the Reinhardt's taking a ton of damage, as are we. But, like, take a risk. Right? They're down to Hanzo. Right? Probably your team's going to win it. But missing that swing is rough, right? You just need to know the swing range, because this swing 100% should have connected. If you were just slightly closer when you start the swing, you would have landed this. Sorry, sneezing. So watch the range. See how close it is? It's so close to hitting, right? And again, if you played more Reinhardt, you would have known the hit range and you would have landed this. Because landing a hit here is actually big, A. But B, regardless, whatever. I miss it, fine. At this point, stay connected. do not lose this Reinhardt no matter what. Why? This Reinhardt's half health. I'm basically full health. I'm +1 hero because they're down their Hanzo. How do I win this fight? I literally just W mouse 1 and just swing, and I win. No skill required. This fight's over. They've already lost. All you have to do is walk forward and keep swinging and do not let the Rein get out of swing range. If he tries to trade with you, you win. If he doesn't try to trade with you, you win. If he tries to charge away, you charge him, you follow him, you kill him, you win. All scenarios here result in you winning. This fight is over. It is literally over right now. But what happens? Right? You swing, and then what? Oh wait, you're like, oh no, I gotta not kill him? What? You were gonna kill him, and then you stopped to throw a shield up. You're not even close to dying. And now what? The Reinhardt's just leaving. For the record, you still have charge here. You can just kill him. You can still just kill him. Like, now you finally charge and go in. But like, it's that like slow reaction, or just not even seeing it. When you're like, don't even see the realize, you're like, wait, this fight is over. Like, it's just over. Just kill him. And granted, you might say, okay, we're at such a huge advantage, like I don't need to take chances. I sort of buy that, but the problem is we're gonna see the same problem later where it does matter. Reinhardt's here. Okay, fine. You're just eating these fire strikes. Like, no one's business. Yeah. The reason why I'm pausing is there's actually a reasonable shatter here if you want to be sneaky about it and go for it, but it's a high risk. You're just scanning this disruptor shot. All right, so you have shatter. Ideally, you really want to get shatter. You want to shatter before their Reinhardt does. That way you can farm some of your shatters back before they do. You still Hanzo's out of position. Great, go for it. Kill him. Excellent. Yeah, this is no problem. We're good. For the record, you can immediately shatter back right now. And I think it is not unreasonable to do this. Like, he pins you. The second he does this, and he's going to stay connected, immediately shatter him. Even with shield's not going to work because it's going to stun him, like, through it. Like, if he's on top of you, if you hit him with it, he will take a ton of damage and get the shatter. But, I can also understand you, like, think it's too risky. But, like, it was a 4v4 right there. So I think it was fine. But I'm at 429 health. I don't want to do anything, right? They have beat. I don't want to do anything right now. Just chill. Just sit back. You're still missing your Ana. You know you're missing your Ana. You saw the Ana died earlier. Again, we never see you looking back to check where anyone's position is. Very easy way to upgrade your game sense. So things can definitely get sketchy here. Because what you really want is to charge over there, but knowing that Reinhardt is shatter means you have to play this a little safer than you would like. You could make a really cheeky play where you charge here and then cancel and turn to shield the shatter. But Soldier dies anyway, which is great. Alright, we're gonna force fade. So Reinhardt's gonna die, excellent. Mora kills Ana, there's nothing you can do about that. Alright, cool. So I would definitely throw a fire strike up here to help my soldier. You have 2 fire strikes right now, so I don't know why you don't throw this. Like, it's a free fire strike there. So your Ana's still rotating up. Just chill. So we've lost 2. What do we do? Charge and go home. Right? We're not gonna win this fight. I'm not gonna win a 3v fight and I'm on low ground. There's no way. Just leave. Just leave. By the way, this is a good reason why you have to clear. Similar to like Gibraltar and Dorado, like Dorado's second. Like, you have to clear high ground before you push this any reasonable way. Like, it doesn't actually matter. Like, you need to clear the high ground. So you just go home now. You're not gonna win this. You have no chance of winning this. For the record, you can just walk forward and kill him right now. Somehow, despite the fact that your team is up or down 2 players, you are able to burn down this Reinhardt. Absolutely bonkers. I have no idea how there are people on high ground to just kill your team. Literally cannot aim here. But the Reinhardt has 1 health. 1 health and he's purple. He cannot be healed. Just run up and swing. Please. Just run up and swing. Just don't shield. Just run up and swing. Just kill him. Just kill him. Right? You could have just killed him right here, and then you could have gotten a shatter off, and then you could have killed everybody, and flipped this 3v5. It is the 1 in 100 scenario where this fight was actually flippable. Because their team has played so poorly here that somehow you're at 55 health and no one kills you here. I think he actually misses a swing. I feel like he has to have missed a swing here to not kill you. Yeah, you should have hit that first. You should have gone for the swing instead of the fire strike, but... Alright, so now you're nanoed. Okay. This takes way too long. Unfortunate. But he dies. Okay, great. So I can tell I'm not being healed, so I'm slowing down, right? Wait until you get full health. Alright. Now we're both purple. Great. Like, honestly, Rein versus Rein, if you have an Ana and they don't, you have a massive advantage. Okay, now you can push up. Great, you're healed. Yep. Keep pushing. Again, there's no reason to disconnect from him. Right? You're full health right now. He's missing a third of his health. Don't lose the connection, right? Swing. Stay connected to him and keep burning him down. But you see how you disengage here because you're not sure. Like in your head, you're like, oh, can I win this? Yeah, you can win this. You can win this. Just keep swinging, right? And get ready to block Shatter or shatter him if you don't want to worry about it. I think there's a reasonable case scenario to just shatter right there on Lucio. Like you can shatter right now, make sure Lucio dies, right? Shatter, right? Fake the swing, block his shatter, kill the Lucio. Okay, so overclock gets popped. What do? Back up. Just back up. Just because it's not dangerous for me doesn't mean it's not dangerous for my team, right? I want to get back, right? Shield hop backwards, get back, block the shots for the soldier, and wait it out. Then we can repush. Ideally not through low ground, but it's what it is. But instead, despite the fact that overclock is popped, you decide, I'm going to walk forwards? You have to hear this and think, oh, this is bad for my team, right? My team can't stay here with overclock active. They have to back up to take cover. You should not be aggressing right now because your team can't help you. And also, you hear Dragon and you walk into it. And now you take a bazillion damage. Right? And now you're going to die. This is not good. Right? This is not what good Reinhardt plays, it looks like. You're making like all the wrong calls. You're not converting kills when you have to, right? You're missing shatter opportunities. You are like walking into ultimates. You're not understanding what your team is going to do reactively to like what the enemy team is doing, right? You're just like not reacting to ultimates at all. All right, so we're going to push up high ground. Great. Okay, that's fine. That's good. This is exactly what we want, right? Push up high ground. Don't lose health for it. Just push up the high ground. I would A, make sure, do I actually have my whole team here? I do not. I only have 3 people here. I am missing 1 hero back here. Just wait. Just wait. You got 2 minutes and 31 seconds. You have so much time, right? You don't need to do anything crazy here, but you decide to force it. Reinhardt charges in. Okay, fine, I guess. You both still have Shatter. Neither one of you wants to use Shatter, despite the fact that you've had Shatter for like, I don't know, 4 minutes or something? Like, you should generally use Shatter within 30 to 60 seconds of getting it. Often even less, right? Often you're using it like you farm it in a fight and use it immediately. Charge right now. I think it's a good idea, but again, with being down a player, like it's really hard to actually get this, right? And now you're super low and you need to wait for healing. You're still missing a player, so you're forcing this right now with again down a player. You are down 1 person. You are intentionally engaging into a 4v5 situation right now, and you're already missing half of your health, and your shield is already at half health too. Why do you put yourself in position where you already have massive disadvantages to try to win fights? You're missing a player or a teammate. You're missing half your health. You're missing half your shield. Why are you fighting this? Like, that's what you need to be thinking to yourself. It's like, hey, why am I fighting right now? The 3 rules of pushing an Overwatch, all right, for tanks. 1, do I have 5 players? 2, am I healthy? 3, do I have cooldowns? Okay, these 3 rules are like everything. It's basically illegible, right? 5. Still looks bad. These 3 rules are pretty much like the universal rules of pushing an Overwatch as a tank. If you're like, hey, should I push right now? Just ask those questions. Do I have all my team? Am I healthy? Do I have cooldowns? Yes, push. Doesn't work for every scenario, right? Like if they have Nano Window Bastion with the Soul Form, I'm not gonna push into that, even though I am healthy and I have 5 teammates. I have cooldowns. I'm gonna wait that out, obviously, right? But general rule, those are the 3 conditions to give yourself the maximum chance at trying to be successful on offense. You are violating all 3 rules right now, and guess what? You're gonna walk up and you're gonna get wrecked here. And it's not a skill issue, right? Like I swap places, I literally couldn't do anything differently than you do right now. Like you're gonna die. You have 0 chance at winning this, and now you're just blowing another 30 seconds off the clock. So now I think you're feeling frustrated at trying to push high ground. So you think, okay, let me try to off angle or flank and try to go this way. This is not what Reinhardt is good for. A, right? Like, this is not the play. I think you can just force your way up through main here, right? But like doing this, where now it's going to pull your team out. Your team's like, oh, okay. They're like trying to follow along. They all get boxed in this corner. They're taking a ton of damage here. Juno ulti gets forced just to keep people alive, right? And now you're walking forwards, but you get nothing with this ultimate. Right? Dragon goes off. You see people are purple. You could immediately shatter there too. This is a terrible shatter. Okay. So, I generally see, obviously, everything that led to this point is already bad. But, purple goes off, right? Or Hanzo dies. Okay, you charge. You try to get the Rein, right? You cancel. You try to kill the Rein. Okay, this is all fine. This is all fine. Number one, Coalescence has been popped. Coalescence heals for like 140 health a second. You can't outdamage that, so he's not gonna die. A. B. Beat gets popped. So you're not gonna be able to do anything about that either, right? Even if you land Shatter, people are not necessarily gonna die with this. So shattering right now is bad. Also, body language, you can tell that Reinhardt is gonna be playing defensively here because he's super low. And his team is dead. So he's gonna be backing up. So that's one time where he's gonna be shielding. This is not the time where you should be shielding, you should be shattering. Like I could talk about the Rein like shatter like mind games for like 30 minutes. But like you are doing all of the things wrong right now. There is no reason to be going for the shatter right now. The only thing I can think of here is that you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna try to cancel Coalescence, but A, she still presumably has Fade. B, she's really far away, which gives her a lot of time to react to Shatter. So this is really bad. You held Shadow the whole time, but only wasted right now. And unsurprisingly, I bet somebody else ate Nano accidentally. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, with 2 defensive ultis get forced and your tank ultimate gets whiffed, they just win. If you get Nano popped here on you, I still think that you do not convert this. Right? If you get this, like, there's way too much healing right now. I don't think you win that. Alright, so we're down 1. Unfortunate. Right? Like, we're just poking right now because you can't really do a whole lot here. In fact, now you need to get out. I'm sure I've been charging to get out. So now you're going to die and you're going to stagger yourself. You have 30 seconds now, which is a really, really, really hard ask because 30 seconds barely gives you enough time to book it at full speed here, which means if anything goes wrong along the way, you're not going to make it. Oh, you should have thrown it this way. Yeah, see, Hanzo kills 1. And like what you're doing right now, you should hit that. That's a terrible fire strike. Like, what you're doing is generally the correct thing here. I mean, there's, like, lots of micro mistakes happening. But, like, this is just what happens when you don't have time left, right? Like, if anything goes wrong on offense, you lose. That's the thing is about offense is taking a lot of pitches and swinging at them, right? And, like, yeah, hitting a baseball pitch is hard. But, like, you only need to hit 1 to win a fight. And on each point, depending on the type of point it is, you only need to win 1 or 2 fights. For example, on this first point, on hybrid points, usually you only need to win 1 fight to cap it. So with 4 minutes, giving 30 seconds per push, that gives you 8 chances to take the first point. If you're efficient about it, right? If you do bad things where like your team dies and you try to convert it, but you can't, and it ends up burning like a full minute off, then you get less. But generally speaking, you get like 8 chances to push in and take this point. But like over here, you only need to win 2, right? Fight number 1 here, fight number 2 here. You only need 2 pushes, and again, you get 6+ chances to do so, but if you waste them doing really stupid things, like, yeah, it makes it really, really hard to convert when you're down to like 30 seconds and have to basically just beeline there, and if anything goes wrong, you're screwed. And as part of those pushes, like, if people on your team get picked, yeah, wait it out. That's cost us a chance. It sucks, but it happens. It'll happen for you too, where you'll make a mistake and you'll get picked. It happens. The key thing is minimize the number of mistakes you make, minimize the amount of mistakes that your teammates make that you can try to cover up for your teammates' mistakes, and take advantage of the enemy team when they make mistakes. Like, we see times where the enemy team does get picked off because they play poorly. Those are almost always automatic fight wins if you just know what to do from there. Right? It's not like a skill thing at that point. It's often like a pretty formulaic, like, yeah, we just more damage and more resources than they do. We just win. Right? So, like, that's kind of like the key here is just being efficient about your offense and just picking the right fights. And some of this is map dependent, some of this is hero dependent, and some of this, like, there's a lot of skill that goes into it, obviously. Like, none of this is gonna matter, because you can't even touch the card. So, I think summarizing for the Reinhardt side, I think you don't realize how tanky you are, A. B, you don't convert kills on the enemy tank when you really could have, and to some extent other heroes as well, where like it's like, hey, you could easily kill. I think that your shatter usage is literally useless. Like you do one shatter the entire time, and it gets blocked. In I don't know, 4+ minutes of gameplay, right? What did you cap with? So you have 4 minutes at 4 minutes at start, right? And then how much does it add? Yeah, so it adds what, like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 25 seconds on or something like that. So basically in 6.5 minutes, you used one shatter and you whiffed it. You're not gonna win games like that, right? Like your shatter should A, never get blocked, and B, like you should do more than one shatter. Like you had enough time in 6.5 minutes. Like I would have 3 shatters. Even if I missed one, I would still land 2. That's a ton of time. It's a ton of time. Just look for easy shatter. Just one person out of position, shatter. Great, got the kill. Use it to win the fight. Right? Don't look for massive team wiping shatters. Like just one kill is usually enough to help you win the fight. So shatters are poor value. I think don't try to make things complicated, right? Don't be like, oh, let's go for a weird flank. Like you're Reinhardt, you have a massive shield, just force down their high ground. Is it always the right play? No. But often it's the right play. So just like keep it simple. But like push when you're healthy, push when you have your team, that's like a big one. Like over and over and over again, you're simply pushing when you have no chance of winning. Like I already see this, like see you start and I'm like, I don't know how you can win this fight. You don't have health, you don't have shield, you don't have teammates. Well, how are you gonna win this? They have 5 enemy heroes. It's not gonna work. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna hold there. Hopefully this was helpful.